boy, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? This is Twin Flames Unite, and we are at it again. Excuse the honking of the horns, but if you don't know by now, I'm Chris.
And I'm Lisha.
What up? What's going on, everybody? Hopefully, your day is going well. Let me just make sure the audio is there. Yeah,
Got some
audio is
good
there.
tea. This is some very, very good tea.
Very good.
And we got some tea for y'all today.
All right. So, this evening, everyone, um, we've been wrecking our brains because we want to definitely go in and dive deep for everybody who is a subscriber to our channel, everybody who is a Royal Twin Flame, and for all of those individuals, what's up, Victory of Love? And for all of those individuals who are members on our site right now, because we want to do our very, very best in elevating as many people as possible. And we take that responsibility very, very seriously because we do have the ability to respond. So we have the responsibility. And so with that being said, we put a little survey out just to see where everybody is. We wanted to see, are most people, are they on that love stuff? Like they need love advice? Or are they looking for things on their spiritual journey? Well, lo and behold, y'all have come out in droves and y'all have responded.
Lo and behold.
That y'all are looking to develop your spiritual gifts.
Look at y'all.
Y'all going up in these streets.
Look at y'all. Y'all ready.
Beautiful.
Y'all
beautiful,
ready.
Beautiful. All right. And so this evening, we're going to go in very briefly. This is going to be a surface type video as far as when it comes to developing your spiritual gifts. And we're just going to touch a little bit on what are some of those spiritual gifts. And what is the first step that you need to take as far as developing these spiritual gifts? Because there is a major blockage that is going on, but we're going to get into that. I'm not going to jump ahead. All right? But let's get into it.
All right. Without further ado. So,
all right.
You guys can go ahead and put like a little something in the a little comment just to let us know where you're from, and if you're just joining us, just give us that that thumbs up, just so YouTube could know that you like our content, and they can keep it rolling. But yeah, just if you can just drop it in the chat, just say where you're from. If we got any of our Royal Twin Flames in the house, just drop something in the chat. And if you would like to become a Royal Twin Flame, you can just exit out of here and you can just join. There are lots of benefits to being a Royal Twin Flame.
Yes.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wisconsin. We got some Wisconsin in the house. What's up? What's up? What's up? We got Two Flames, One Soul. Welcome.
Oh, wow.
Welcome.
I haven't seen Two Flames, One Soul in a minute.
Yeah, we ain't seen you in a minute.
Glad to see you still in there.
Glad. Yes,
beautiful,
yes.
Beautiful.
Welcome.
All right. Now, as we go through this video, like I said, we're about to probably skim over quite briefly some of the spiritual gifts that you could be developing or probably are using right now. And if you would, do us a favor. While you're in the chat, drop in the chat as far as which spiritual gift is your number one spiritual gift that you want to develop. And if you're watching this on the replay, definitely drop it in the comments below so that we can see it in the comments. Definitely, that would be awesome, because over the years, and not even including the years that we've been together, because years prior and years with us actually being together, there have been a lot of different things that we've been able to develop. Excuse me, I said envelop, but develop. And there's also a lot of knowledge that we've acquired throughout this journey.
Oh yeah.
And so sometimes it's actually a little hard to see where do we begin.
I know.
To tell all of this stuff. Like, there's so much stuff we want to say, but where do you start in saying it?
I know where to start. I got it. I took notes.
I
took notes. This is my specialty. So we got Victory of Love is in Toronto. Nice. And Two Flames, One Soul. She said been with twin. All right, okay.
All right.
And we have Tori in the house. Welcome, Tori. Thank you for joining in. So tonight we're just gonna touch on how can you develop your spiritual gifts, or what would it take?
And now, before we jump into that, let's just touch briefly some of those spiritual gifts that some of the individuals are looking to develop, or to step into.
Y'all can put it in the chat. So what spiritual gift do you want to develop? Or maybe you might have a spiritual gift that you're already good at and you want to try working something else. You can just drop that in the chat. So I know we have the clay audience. You know, you hear things maybe through different dimensions or timelines, or because you know everything is happening all at once. You know, time really is an illusion. There is not like a linear perspective like how people really think it is. Like today and tomorrow, everything is really happening all at once.
All right now.
Yeah. So this is the way that we experiencing it right now. It's just how we experience it. Clairsentience. Okay. Beautiful. Beautiful. So you want to know how to develop clairsentience, okay?
All right.
Wonderful.
And then you have those people who have the ability to remote view. That's also a spiritual gift. It's being able to be non-locality.
Non-locality, yeah.
Which means that you can be anywhere at any time, any given place.
Omniscient, omnipresence, you know, those words.
Now, astral travel definitely is another one of the spiritual gifts. That's actually one of the spiritual gifts that we're going to be discussing in detail on our March the 13th webinar, which is as far as how to exit this earth, because that is going to be an essential skill that is needed to transition to the next level.
She said, I have it, just trying to discern who exactly it is. Okay, how to astral travel would be cool. Okay, wonderful. Oh, you have that gift. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yes.
Most of the time, it's my twin flame. Okay, beautiful, beautiful.
Well, hey, we know that you all have a lot of spiritual gifts, but like I said, we just touched on some surface ones, you know, the astral projecting, the remote viewing, the clear audience, the clear sentient. There's so many others that can actually be developed. But there's something that is preventing us from stepping into that power and using these skills to our fullest potential. And my baby has taken some very copious notes.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. And we have a royal twin flame in the house. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Sacred souls.
Sacred souls, Sarah. Thank you for joining us, clairsentience and clay audience. I start to hear when I'm drifting to sleep. That's because I call it the in-between world.
Yeah.
But when I try to channel or meditate, it doesn't seem to work or hasn't developed yet. Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it.
We're gonna get into that. And these solutions, they're super simple.
Very simple.
They're so simple, but I guess sometimes our mind, the way that we think, it's like we wanna make it seem like it's more complicated than that. It's got to be more complicated than that, because how come I'm not experiencing it, or how come I don't understand it, right? But I promise you guys, it's really not hard at all. And I'm gonna tell you, and you're gonna be like, well, wow, let me really start, because it's like you have to get into a certain frequency, you have to get into a certain vibration, and the trick is for you to be able to stay there. Right. That's why when you're in between, I call it in between. When you're in the in between world, it's easier for you to hear. It's easier for you to experience, because you're in the in between. It's literally a different. I can't do it. I really can't. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're in the in between. So I got some pointers here, and I'm gonna go over the pointers to help you in developing your spiritual gifts.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a small story. It's not even a story. It's like an analogy, right? So picture this. So let's say that you're like you're a builder, like you're a carpenter, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you're really good at building. So you decided that one day you're gonna go and build you a nice playground from scratch. You drew it, you mapped it out, you did everything, you designed it, and then you built it because you're really good. This is what you do. You're a builder. It's what you do. And so you went and you accomplished this dream that you had, and the playground is magnificent. It is immaculate, wonderful playground. Like the playground it's so beautiful that whenever you're ready to eat, you just the food is there. You can eat whenever you want to eat.
You just imagine.
You just imagine the food is there. It's everything is there for you because you're the builder. You're the one that constructed the whole thing, right? And so you as the builder, you as a creator, you get wrapped up, in the just playground.
Like happy.
You're happy. You're in there. You're having fun. Sometimes, some of the things might not work the way that you imagined it. But of course, you built it, right? But there came a point in time, or there will come a point in time that you actually, you forget, okay? For a small amount of time, you actually become forgetful. You go through this phase of amnesia that you're the one that actually built the damn playground.
Yeah.
You're the one that built you built it. You imagined it. You brought it from the nothingness into the somethingness. Okay? And so now you're literally wrapped up in your own creation.
Yeah.
That you literally forgot that you are the creator.
Yeah. And actually, just to bring it home just a little bit more, because this ties into one of the questions that we got on our Telegram group, which is that our dreams are a perfect scenario of this playground, okay? Because every night we dream. And in most scenarios, unless you're astro traveling, which is a totally different thing, but let's just say you're in the dream realm, okay? You are in the dream realm. That is your creation. And sometimes we can actually get so wrapped up in the creation that we think that this dream is real. It also transitions to this part as well, but there's a whole nother video. Yeah. But in the dream world, you can be in that dream so well. You got your ice cream, you skipping down the road or whatever with your ice cream in your hand, and you are super happy, and you forget that this experience that you're having in this dream state is all created in here.
That's all you. And Heaven made me do it. She said I can ask yes or no questions and get answers through clairsentience. This is called the super conscious. Right? The super conscious is it's your God mind, your God beingness, if you want to put a name on it. This is the perfectness. This is the perfection. This is where, if you want to call it a kasha, whatever, but it's like the super conscious. Right. This is where you get all and every answer is in that super conscious mind. Right? So when you ask, you will receive. Ask and it will be given unto you. It's for real. So that's that's awesome that you and you see that gift comes over time with trust. The less doubt and the less trust issues that you have with self, it's the more that will become clearer. And this is with any of our gifts, right? So first we have to remember that we are the creator.
Yeah.
We created this literally, okay? And so once you can start remembering that, oh my God, oh me, oh my, I am the one that created this.
You become lucid within the dream.
Right. Become lucid within the dream, not only enjoying it, not only taking part in it, but also remembering who you are in the dream.
Yes.
Okay? So, and for the most part, when it comes to the spiritual gifts, for the ones that were not born with it.
Speak to that.
Because, so there are people that come into this realm with these gifts, okay? Communicating with, with the ones in the here and after, being able to really see things before it happens and all these other things. For the ones that actually come through with the gifts, it's more than likely they're teachers, right? They're here to do something very specific, so they needed to come through like that. Okay. Now, for the ones who are wrapped up, who get wrapped up in their own creation,
Right.
And they have to go through the process of remembering, the process of clearing. This is why they call it clear. Most of the gifts, it begins with clear.
Right.
Clear audience, clear sentience, all these clear words. It's for a reason.
Right.
So if you're unclear within, okay, go back to the laws. As within, so without. So you will have to go through a process of purification within, clearing within, before you can really get to harness those gifts, because those gifts are their gifts. Think about it. When you give somebody a gift, it's because what might be a celebration, right? Maybe it's their birthday. They came into this world, and to come into this world, God, by golly,
you have to do a lot.
You need a gift for that shit. Okay, so so you get a gift, right? It's a byproduct, is what I'm trying to say. So the gift is a byproduct of something else. So once you do your clearing, then you become clear. Clairaudience, clairsentience, clairvoyance.
All of the clears.
You become clear as a byproduct of doing the work. Right? So meditation is a really, really good one to help with your spiritual gifts, right? Another one is really just being consistent, with and being committed to self. Keeping your chakras, which is your energy fields, keeping them in alignment, keeping them clear, and keeping them balanced. With this comes with Mayat, which is living right, living balance. It's a whole process. If you didn't come in like this, right? If you didn't come in with all of your gifts readily activated, ready to go, like a whole little toolkit set up and go,
Yes.
So yeah, that's some of it. What's up in the chat? What we got in the chat?
Victory by Love was just saying, speaking on, asking something on which you just spoke about, which is about the purification part, because yes, part of it is your diet.
Yeah.
You have to look at things in a holistic point of view, because in order to open you up to these certain things, you have to be clear of any type of infiltrations, whether it be chemicals in the food, chemicals in the air, things of that nature. And speaking of getting the vessel cleared out, spring is right around the corner. We just did a video on our Instagram talking about the weeds that are in our front yard. A lot of the weeds have the blood purification, they have the bladder purification. Mother Earth will tell you that you need to purify yourself based off of the things that come out of the ground.
It is just beautiful. We went outside, we saw stuff for your intestines,
for your nervous system,
natural laxatives, nervous system, taking care of your nervous. Like everything is out there. It is beautiful.
So basically, just like my baby was saying, is getting in flow. Once you get into the flow, and in order to even be in the flow, you have to purify yourself so that you can float along that river. Because when you think about it, when you think about a boat, for example, right? In order for a boat to navigate the waters successfully, it has to be smooth and it has to be shaped. But in addition to that, it has to be light enough so that the buoyancy actually works out so that it can float and not sink. So we have to understand that there are certain things that we need to be equipped with, and then there are certain things that we have to let go of so that we can balance our boat out and we can navigate these waters and be able to get into the flow.
Right. And Victory of Love said, okay, so is it best to meditate every day if you can?
Yes.
It really does. Meditation truly, truly does help. And science, they actually have studies showing that your brain actually physically changes when you meditate on a daily basis. So it does have a lot of benefits. Breath work, I know, is another one that is amazing. Helps to release natural DMT within the brain, you know, to really help you to get beyond those other dimensions that you cannot really see with your retina. And we just discovered that there are 8 dimensions.
Yes.
Okay. Right here in this realm.
Right here in this
just
realm.
right here, regular stuff, mundane stuff. So 8 dimensions, but because of our retina actually shows us only 4, and it's actually upside down. So our eyes literally have to fix it. It's upside down and backwards. Okay. And so our eyes fixes and flips it around for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another topic.
That's a whole another topic.
I went off right there.
Gosh.
Let's get back to the flow.
Let's get back into the flow.
Okay.
And just understanding once you're in that flow, then you're able to open yourself up to all of these different spiritual abilities so that you can actually do what you need to do.
Right.
Because it's all within you.
It is.
It is all within you. So you can do it. Some of you are already doing it. And I know for a lot of times, because for what we do as far as a lot of the purification, what's going on, Max?
What's up, Max?
Because of a lot of the purification, we've started to get to the point where we're noticing a lot of these spiritual gifts happening, but it's at the point to where we are really honing in on those skills and not letting it be on accident, but on purpose.
On purpose, that's right.
That's a whole different level on things, but yeah.
Yes, surrender. Yes, surrender. And always know that all is happening through you and from you. Okay?
You are the center of influence.
You, okay? And also I want to talk about, there's certain elements that that really helps us to get into the flow. Now, when you get into the state of flow, again, this is when stuff is just happening and it's just going the way that you willing it to go. All right, getting into the state of flow, getting into your creative flow.
There you go.
You know, getting that communication with the superconscious, if you want to call it that you know, that God, that God essence, that absolute.
Yes.
Right, where you can get all your questions answered. And have that confidence within that answer to know that this is it. This is for me. The answer for you might not be the same answer for someone else.
Facts.
Okay. So I must meditate to keep my damn sanity. Yes. It helps.
And you know, meditation is something that is really key.
Yeah.
In our webinar on March the 13th, we will be giving some really some detailed tips on the meditation. And just a quick note, there's probably one more day left in the registration for the webinar in order to really save you some good duckies.
Right.
So definitely you can go to the website and book your ticket now for that. But in meditation, one of the things I wanted to point out is that meditation is not something that you can really put into a box. A lot of people look at meditation and they think it's this,
right?
You know, it's not that. You have to look into the meaning of the word to meditate. It means to study. It means to study yourself. So you can meditate on a regular basis. Now, the whole quieting of the mind, that's a whole nother technique as far as getting control of yourself. But just starting out observing yourself. Look at the patterns and the things that you do throughout your life. When you eat, look at how you eat. When you walk, look at how you walk. You know, when you talk to people, look how you interact with individuals. This is a form also of meditation. Okay? So just keep that in mind, that meditation is not something you really want to keep in a box. Expand it and just know that it's a study of yourself.
Right. In Victory of Love, got a question, bit off topic, but does your twin flame have to be ruling the same astrological planet? For example, if you're Pisces, then your twin should be a Sag. Now, you see, that's the thing that we had talked about, I think, in a few videos ago, and even on our what is that, Telegram?
Yeah, on Telegram too.
Where you want to be mindful of these type of rigid and strict dogmas. That's what we would consider to be a dogma, right? Is when they put these things, restrictions on
quotas.
on your life experience.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so again, this is your life experience, and everybody, just like our fingerprints, all of our life experience, it will be different.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now some people do choose to put themselves, in a pond, like, be a fish in a pond.
Mm-hmm.
You can, but that's a certain life experience. But you can also be a fish in an ocean. So when you are looking at for those people who look at the twin flame journey, on that narrow aspect, that's them equivalent to them putting themselves in a pond and being a fish in a pond versus them putting themselves in the ocean where they can have a more expansive experience on this planet, which would encourage and enhance their growth as far as a soul level. And twin flame, really, that's an accelerated growth as far as our soul's journey.
Very accelerated.
So it's really not beneficial to put yourself in a pond when you're here to accelerate and grow. So yeah, those things are really dogmatic. So we don't really subscribe to that. If you feel that resonates with you, no judgment. But because what is for you might be for you, what is for somebody else might be for someone else. But we don't resonate with putting things in boxes. We prefer to set people free. We like to set the captives free and let them know that if you're a fish, you do have the ocean to explore. Right. Speaking of exploration, we just gonna jump right in. Max got something down there. What she said? Yeah, this reader that I had to kick to the curb is telling people they can use birth charts to predict if twin flame will be together in this lifetime. You know what? You see, that's.
And there is a very awesome. If you all are in our Telegram group, there is a very, very awesome video that we posted in our Telegram. Let me see if I can pull up the title to it real quickly.
That's so crazy.
Because that video really tells that. Hold on, let me see.
That's madness. Because listen, the natal chart is something for us to transcend. It's a transcendence. It is not a trap or a life sentence. It's more of a transcendence. And there's something that's called timelines. And I think we said this before in another one of our videos, but this might have been maybe a year ago. Yes. But whenever you do a card reading, right? Or you go to a psychic or a medium, and a lot of them don't say this, okay? But when you go to them, they're literally looking at timelines, okay? There are timelines, and they're called probabilities. They're probabilities. So these are possible timelines that you can experience and you can encounter depending on the road that you're currently traveling on. So if you're in a particular timeline, like let's say you're a smoker, right? So you're traveling down that timeline of a smoker, right? So let's say you decided that you wanted to quit smoking. So you decided you're going to take yourself off that timeline and you're going to jump on another timeline to where you would experience something of a non-smoker, a life of a non-smoker. Right. Okay? So those are timelines. You're jumping timelines. Each decision that you make, it puts you in a different timeline, alternate universe, whatever you want to call it. So when they're doing the readings, they're doing it off of probabilities. And most of the time they give you the most, well, if they're any good, the decent ones would actually give you the probability that is most likely for you to encounter. Doesn't mean that you will necessarily encounter it, but the probability that you would most likely encounter if they have any decency about them. Right. Now, for the ones that just don't have any type of decency about them, they're going to give you the probability that you would like to hear. Okay? There's some people out there who've studied psychology, they've studied the mind, they understand mannerisms and things of that nature, and so they use the whole